Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and today it's game day, but of course there's like 3 other stories that are bigger than game day today, including William Jackson III wanting out, and then also the big Dan Snyder news. So we're going to talk about all that and more in today's video. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Super close to 9,000 subscribers, so please help me get there. About 66% of the people that are watching right now aren't subscribed, so get that number a little bit lower, and also hit that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Still a little bit sick, but better. But let's get right into it. Okay, so let's first start off with the William Jackson III news. So yesterday we saw, it was reported by Mike Garafolo that William Jackson III wasn't going to travel with the team to the Thursday night game today against the Chicago Bears, and that raised some eyebrows. I made a video about it, said it was kind of a little bit fishy, situation was getting a little bit weird. In my video I was basically like, this doesn't mean anything for certain, but definitely something to monitor. Maybe he gets traded or cut. And then of course less than basically 12-14 hours later, this report comes out by Ian Rapport. So very quickly things have changed. Let's read this article right here. So it says William Jackson III wants a fresh start, preferably with a scheme that he believes better fits him. Sources say the former big-ticket free agent cornerback would like a new home, and the Commanders have engaged in active trade talks centered around him with hopes of making that happen. There has been interest in Jackson from several teams, sources say. So that is right there. That is big right there. There's been interest in Jackson from several teams, so that is good news for sure. And if they can get anything for Jackson, I think that's great, because he's on the books for what? His contract was about $13.5 million per year, and usually the contracts in the second and third year are a little bit more expensive. So if they can get out of it this year, save some money this year, but also trading them will probably take most of the cap hit away for the third year, and that would be really, really helpful for the Commanders. And if they can somehow get like a 4th, 5th round pick for him, that would be absolutely amazing. I don't know if I'm a team, I wouldn't do it, even though, yes, it's not like a great scheme fit for Jackson. Like, he's just getting beat. Like, plain and simple, there's just times where he's just getting beat. It doesn't matter what coverage, he's just getting beat. He's doing these pass interferences, just not trying much. So, yeah, a little bit of it is the scheme fit, but I think it's also the player as well. But this just shows Ron Rivera and company, another bad signing. And again, some of it was the player. A lot of it though is it was obvious this guy wasn't a good scheme fit when you have a defense and a defensive coordinator that plays a lot of zone, and your corners like Kendall Fuller is a mostly zone corner, and Benjamin St. Juste's probably more of a man guy. And if you kind of have these opposites on the same team, let's just say Kendall Fuller and William Jackson, it's hard. If you play a lot of man, then you're hurting Fuller but helping Jackson, and if you play a lot of zone, you're helping Fuller but not Jackson. So it's really, that was a bad signing by them, and William Jackson III he's just not been productive. And yeah, he got benched last week. Rivera said we decided to make a change. We make decisions based on the flow of the game. And Jackson told reporters that he's battling the back injury. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't think the injury is that bad. I mean, who knows? I literally have no idea. But I think that is more of a situation where both sides are kind of done with each other, and they're just waiting for a deal to get done. I think that's really the case in this situation, and hopefully if they can get a 4th, 5th round pick for him, that is amazing. That would be absolutely amazing, and get some more assets for next year. It's not much, but if you can continue to get some of these assets, a 4th, 5th round pick for this guy, maybe if you trade, I'm not saying we should trade Payne, but if you can get a 2nd round pick for Daron Payne, you're recouping that asset that you lost in the Carson Wentz trade. So just things to keep in mind there for sure. So it looks like it's going to happen. It looks like a William Jackson III trade will happen. He's saying there's interest from several teams, and, saying the Commanders that they kind of want to do that. So I think in the next couple weeks he'll get traded, probably by a team that's, contending and just needs some help on defense. So maybe the Bucks, there's some other teams as well that could use some cornerback help for sure. And who knows, maybe they even tried at some point in the season trading Kendall Fuller. I think it would be hard to trade both those guys because who are you going to play back there? Benjamin St. Juste and Wild Goose and who else? So, but if they're that bad and you can get something for Kendall Fuller, I think it wouldn't be a bad move at all. Now let's get into the Snyder stuff. I usually don't like making videos about these Snyder things, but this is kind of a bigger report. I mean, there's so many reports out there every few weeks on Snyder, but this one's a little bit bigger than usual, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I'll touch on certain things. So this is in the ESPN story, but Ari Merov posted it right here. He says, multiple owners and league/team sources told ESPN they've heard that Snyder hired private investigators to look into other owners and Roger Goodell, a former Commanders executive, routinely called Snyder the most powerful owner in the NFL because of what he knows. So Snyder continuing to do kind of snaky things right here. I mean, how do you hire a private investigator against your own boss? Like, what are you doing? You know he's going to get back to this. He's just trying to make him, or he's making himself look worse to these other owners. He's making these owners hate him even more. But he is getting some, I guess, good intel. It is what it is at this point. I mean, I'm so done with Snyder. I'm trying to see. It's another quote right here. All right, and another quote. So this is again from Ari. It says, Commanders owner Dan Snyder has told people he has gathered enough dirt to blow up other owners, the league office, and even Roger Goodell. They can't F with me. Snyder has told people he will not lose his franchise without a fight. So we knew this about Snyder, that he will do anything to keep this team, and he thinks he's the man. So it is what it is. Nothing's gonna change, I don't think. Let's see. The NFL is a mafia, he recently told an associate. All the owners hate each other. That's not true. One veteran owner says all the owners hate Dan. So they all hate him, but they all have got their own, things that they've done in the past where, and Dan knows this, and now all the owners know that Dan has this dirt, and if he gets voted out, well, he's going to spread all this dirt on these other owners. So he kind of has some blackmail on them, but we'll see if maybe Roger Goodell just decides to end it all and get him out of here, or if they vote. They need 24 owners, 2/3 of the league to vote him out. And of course, one of those owners that, one of the 32 is Dan Snyder. So, you need 24 out of 31 owners to vote him out. It's going to be hard, but it is what it is. So here's another tweet. In the report, the Wentz trade was 100% Dan Snyder's decision per ESPN. So, I don't know. I don't know if it actually was, if it wasn't, but of course, would it surprise me that Dan Snyder influenced a QB trade? Not at all, because it's happened multiple times, whether a trade or a draft pick, with Dan Snyder wanting to choose his QB. So, wouldn't surprise me if he was, but also, I'm not going to say this is 100% true. I don't know. And then another thing, this I did not like at all. So, right to influence is also in question during the DEA investigation into whether Washington's head trainer Ryan Vermillion was illegally dispensing narcotics, known around the team as forgotten investigation. Sources say Wright and Chief People Officer Andre Chambers wanted to remove Vermillion in early 2021, months before they raided Vermillion's home in the Commander's facility. When then head team physician Robin West alleged that he was being verbally abusive towards her and other staff. But then when they raised Vermillion's behavior with head coach Ron Rivera, he refused to fire the trainer, making clear it was his call alone. So I don't like that at all. I don't like that Ron was like, that people gave him information and he just didn't want to fire the guy that clearly should have been gone for a while ago. So yeah, and there was some, verbal abuse in there that Ron just ignored. So I don't like that at all. I think, Ron says, he wouldn't let his daughter get treated like, these other people got treated before in the past. But, and it's not to the same extent, but like he's letting people be verbally abusive, or at least that's what I've gotten from this story. And also just like, I don't know. In that situation, I don't know how you just don't, like how you didn't just let the guy get fired, because now it made it look worse on Ron when the guy got raided by the DEA months later. So that just, really, really unfortunate there. And yeah, just a lot of things in this story. Nothing really. I thought this was pretty surprising. Besides that, I mean, we know Ron's loyal, and then all this other stuff. It is what it is with Dan Snyder. I don't think he's going to be gone for a while, but there's a league meeting on Tuesday, so maybe they could vote then. But I think they said right now they don't have the votes. So unless things change in 5 days, I don't think it's happening. I think Snyder is here to stay, unfortunately, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks having Dan Snyder as his owner because he contributes to this. He's the main reason this team has lost the last 2.5 decades. It's just, yeah, it really, really sucks. For older fans, for all Commanders fans, he has just ruined this franchise. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.